from everywhere. All right, the topic of the day, the discussion, we are talking about metaverse. What
Yes,
is
yes.
metaverse? Take us through. Let's learn what exactly is metaverse.
Okay, cool. Look, well, the metaverse actually existed way beyond Mark Zuckerberg even made mention of the word the metaverse. People have been building and creating stuff for a very long time. I mean, if you look at all the sci-fi movies that have been produced, if you're a gamer, and if you look at all the games that have been produced as well, back in the day, this is like people's childhood dreams becoming a reality. It's sci-fi, not being science fiction anymore, but becoming a reality. So the metaverse is something that exists. If you think of different universes and different worlds out there, it's essentially a world that exists online on the internet. But in order for it to be sustainable, it can't just be your normal Web 2.0 internet. It's got to be Web 3.0, which is the blockchain. So the metaverse is a world built inside of the internet, and it exists on a blockchain, which makes it highly secure, which means that you can bring in NFTs into the space, which means that you become owners of your digital assets, and it has value that can be tracked on the blockchain from time of inception till eternity. It can never shut down because it exists on the blockchain. So, metaverse, a world existing online in the internet, and there's not only going to be one metaverse, there's going to be multiple metaverses. As many metaverses as people have dreams, that's how many metaverses that's actually going to exist. It's going to allow you the opportunity to take what's in your mind, express it online visually, and then use all the high tech, use the stuff like virtual reality goggles in order to enter those dreams where you don't only go to sleep and dream about it, but you can be awake and actually experience it. I also see a world where people will begin to upload their mind and their consciousness onto a hard drive and a computer. It seems far-fetched now, but it's highly possible for people to upload their minds onto a computer and essentially just live within that world. It sounds weird, but we can see that that's where it's actually heading.
All right. You just mentioned that it's not a new thing. It's not like it started 2 weeks ago when most people heard about it from Facebook changing its name. You says it's been existing for some time. It's just that it was not really in the open or in public. Just explain a little bit about that.
Okay, you see, people that actually saw potential in the blockchain, people that saw potential in what the blockchain was capable of doing, they were the ones that actually started putting things like this together. If we look at, I'm going to make mention of two companies. One is Decentraland and one is the Sandbox. Those two companies, I would refer to them as being the original metaverse companies in terms of building a space where people can enter that space and recreate stuff or build new stuff within that metaverse. What Mark Zuckerberg did was he's got all the people, he's got the community already, right? He's got this community, and he is now capitalizing on wanting to take over the space. It's not something bad, it's something good, but at the same time, I think it's going to be more of a centralized metaverse instead of a decentralized metaverse where Mark Zuckerberg wants to obviously have control of the people within his space, as opposed to a decentralized metaverse where you can actually, it's your community that owns stuff, right? So just like how Bitcoin doesn't belong to anybody, a decentralized metaverse means there's no essential governments, but there's something called the DAO, which is a system that is monitored or tracked on the blockchain in order for votes and stuff to happen. So the metaverse has been in production from a long time ago. Games itself is a metaverse, but it's just that you cannot enter it and you cannot do anything within that game. So that's also a centralized version of a metaverse.
Empire FM, we are live here at Empire Crypto TV. We are live every day, 7 p.m. We're talking different discussions, different topics. What you just have to do, go on to our YouTube channel and find Empire Crypto TV and subscribe. Once you have subscribed, every time we go live, you have that notification that tells you that we are live, so that you do not miss any of these live shows. All right, we've got our guest here. Is a cryptopreneur. Is a land somebody. He's been in the space for some time and has got all the experience. So, what you just have to do, invite all your friends, all your neighbors, your groups, your teams to come and listen. You don't have to do anything, just bring them on the platform and then we do the talking. All right, Kitesh, what's the relationship of metaverse, NFT, and gaming? We do not want to, to bang these things together, but I want you to differentiate them, and let us know what is it exactly.
Okay, so let's try and separate that, right? Let's start with gaming first. So gaming prior to the blockchain, if a person is playing a game, and if you can visualize yourself playing a game on a PlayStation or on an Xbox, be it Grand Theft Auto, be it Fortnite, be it any of these popular games, Call of Duty, Need for Speed, you are entering a world that exists online through your device, and you can see it on your screen, right? So that in fact is a world on its own. It's just that the metaverse is taking the game, building it on blockchain, and now you can own some of the assets in that world. NFTs are non-fungible tokens, which means that you can now exchange assets within that game and within different games, which you couldn't do before, right? So your avatar within the metaverse is an NFT. If you owned a piece of land in the sandbox or Decentraland, that's an NFT. It also has limited supply. That is why land is increasing in value more than the physical world, but in the digital world and the metaverses, the land prices are also skyrocketing because there's limited supply, right? So that's an NFT. If you are building houses, whatever you are building within the metaverse is regarded as essentially an NFT. It's a digital asset. It is something that exists on the blockchain. You can pull it out of the blockchain. You can store it on your wallet. You can essentially just like that what you got on your screen over there. Those are essentially NFTs. Those are avatars. So there's opportunity for people to now make money by providing those avatars with the resources, whether it's clothing, whether it's makeup, whether it's shoes, whatever is required to make your avatar look fancy. There is going to be opportunity for companies and people to actually enter the space and create an income from it. Um, prior to the blockchain, playing a game, you could not earn an income from it if unless it was esports, and obviously from esports you can generate an income. But a metaverse game or a blockchain game allows you to progress to various levels, unlocking stuff within that game. You unlock different NFTs. If it's a racing game, you're gonna spend money to build your NFT, which is a car, which is a vehicle. Winning races allows you obviously to get tokens and get rewards back, which you can use to upgrade your vehicle. If in the future you decide that you do not want to play the game anymore and you want to leave the gaming metaverse, you want to leave that car metaverse, and you want to explore a different metaverse, you can sell that NFT to somebody else and they will then purchase it from you in that tokenized crypto economy, which is the gaming token. You can then exchange it for any other token on a decentralized exchange and then enter yourself into another metaverse once you are tired of that game. So I hope that kind of sums up. I know it's a bit much to actually explain, but if you could grasp what I'm trying to say there, that's essentially it.
All right. Before Facebook announced its change of name,
To
very
Meta.
few people understood about metaverse, and
Yes.
when that happened, which is 2 weeks back, we went on online to check the coins that are related to metaverse, and we found the coins, they were already 50 to 200% up. They were already, roaring. They were already running parabolic up. um Give us some few coins or metaverse tokens that are there in the space.
Okay, so let's break it down to the first two, which I think is going to be the original metaverses in terms of what they've done so far in the space. Decentraland, and its token is the Mana token, MANA. Then there's the Sand box, and that token is the Sand token, SAND. The Mana token essentially, I think, is now up 16,000% from the time it's been introduced until after Mark Zuckerberg made mention of Meta. Then there's other stuff like Axie Infinity is also going to turn into a metaverse. It's not a metaverse as yet, right? It started off as a game. It started off as a 2D game. Their token is the AXS token and the SLP token, the Smooth Love Potion token. Now what's happening is because they have the community and they have built such a huge following and changed so many people's lives by allowing them to earn an income from playing games. They are now revolutionizing Axie Infinity into a metaverse where you can buy land, you can build, you can create different tournaments that people can visit within your land, within Axie Infinity. So that game now becomes sort of a metaverse, right? If we're looking at Gala games, that essentially is another coin that people can get involved with. I've got a list here as well. There's Wilder Worlds, there's My Neighbor Alice, there's D Race, there's Thetan Arena. So there's quite a few. It's too much to actually go through within the short space of time that we have to discuss this. I also break down how all this works in a cryptopreneurs masterclass that I do, where we actually go in depth with getting started with these tokens. Which wallets do you need? How do you store them? How do you transact with them safely? What's the potential in the future for these coins to do another 5x, 10x, 50x, 100x? What fundamentals are actually backing this up? What companies are getting involved with Decentraland? If you look at Snoop Dogg recently created his own concert in the Sandbox. So now NFTs are getting sold. He's selling tickets as NFTs. People can sit at their house, just like what you had on there, that VR goggle set. You can wear your virtual reality goggles and be part of your celebrities that you like, and basically be part of that community from the comfort of your home. So yeah, just to sum it up, Mana token, Sand token. If you go to CoinGecko and you search under categories and you scroll down to the category that says Metaverse, it's obviously going to give you a list of all the Metaverse tokens that's available. The only problem comes now is how legitimate are those Metaverse tokens? What's going to set them apart from other Metaverse tokens? Is it being built on a real sustainable use case, or is it just a token that's launched now so that people can get involved with the concept of it being a metaverse, but it's not actually a metaverse? So you got to look out for all these red flags. You got to do your due diligence. You got to make sure you understand the founders, the people that are putting things together, and be able to distinguish if it has a use case and if it's something that's going to last during the next bear run. Fair enough, everybody's getting in now because of FOMO and stuff, and they're buying these coins literally at all-time highs. So will that token do another 5x or 10x in the next year or 2 years? If yes, then that's the coin you hold. Don't buy those tokens and sell them within 3 months. The most amount of money is made from one cycle to the next, not from, if you get in before the bull run, obviously you're going to make money within a month or 2 months, but holding them for a longer period of time is what you should actually do.